Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Weatherfans Live here on this Monday, the 30th of March, 26. How you all doing on this fine evening on a Monday, which is not usually what we normally do, because it's normally on Sunday. But because the clock's going forward yesterday and myself being at work, it was all been, well, I was just tired, would have been tired, and I was tired last night. So here we are on a Monday. So I'm going to stop gibbering and go into the comments and see how you're all doing. And that light's a bit bright above me, so I might change the lighting in a few moments. So the first person with us this evening was Laura. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. We also have Anne Smith in with us. And Stormy's just walked into the room, who's decided to push the door wide open 16 foot. How a small little kitten can open the door so wide is beyond me. I'll get that closed in just a moment. And that's my partner there, just putting her head in.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Was that was you trying to look at Stormy down behind? Yeah, Stormy's just on a table, just the other side of the screen. Who else have we got this evening? Oh, you made an appearance tonight. And also, we've got Audio Coffee with us this evening. Hope you're well. Just give me a second. Good evening to our mod, Paul James. Hope you're well. Hope everyone's on their best behaviour tonight. That's Cat's for you indeed. And she's just gone, my partner's just at the door, and she's just gone through again, opening about 6 foot again. We've got the dryer on. I don't want too much background noise from the dryer in the kitchen. Oh no, I just got a slight cold, but it's working in my favour. How's having the cold working in your favour? Or do you mean you're slightly cold in temperature? Excuse me a second. I'm going to have to shut this door again because it's too much background noise. Bear with me. Gotcha. Here she is. Just hello to your fans. There was Stormy. So Stormy's just made a brief appearance. Now full of fur. I have to shave my tongue now. So that was a very brief Stormy. She might pop behind me in again shortly. Yep, indeed. Hi, Stormy, and bye, Stormy. I managed to get her as I was shutting the door. So you got all these fans for you, Stormy. Laura said hello to you as well. She's just having a wash. And Anne said hello to you as well. Well, it's just the usual. Tonight's just the usual look at what's going on out there right now. And is there a sign that maybe things turn a bit stormy for the Easter bank holiday? Of course, it's a bank holiday. Of course, it's going to rain. But we'll have a look at that as normal. We'll take a look at the ECMWF weekly anomaly charts, and we'll go stateside to see how things are looking over there for severe weather for this week. And Audio's going to poke a cat in a minute. She's snoring. As long as she doesn't start attacking your arm, you'll be fine. Mod Paul James has said hello, Stormy, and behave. Just too busy washing. If I could flip this camera around on the laptop, which I can't, I'll show you what she's doing, but then again, be watching a cat licking. Paws, I mean, nothing else. Behave. Good evening to our other mod, James. Good evening to you, my friend. Hope you're well on this Monday evening. This Monday, not Sunday. All right. Where shall we go first? Let's have a look at the facts charts from the Met Office. Oh, hang on. Okay. Clicked the wrong button there. I thought, has it all changed again? Let's go on to the good old screen share and straight onto the fact charts from the good old Met. Let's get myself smaller, get the picture larger. So these are the fact charts from the good old Met Office, the human interpretation of the weather systems across our neck of the woods. So what we've got at the moment is high pressure out towards to the west of Iberia, 1041, so quite a strong one there. We've got this region across the UK right now. I think we've seen quite a lot of cloud today. We've got low pressure up towards Iceland and the Faroe Islands. And let's have a look what's going to happen in the next few days. Let's bring that down a little bit more. There we go. So into tomorrow, we've got a weak warm front crossing the UK, so introduce much milder air, high pressure down towards the southwest still. It's going to be introducing quite a lot of cloud. I think sunshine will be fairly limited across the UK, but it's going to feel a bit warmer than it was over the weekend. But waiting the wings is the next cold front. So as we go into Wednesday, that cold front moves into the northwest of the UK. Still near that ridge of high pressure. I think there's still going to be a lot of cloud traps underneath there. Don't think there'll be as much sunshine around. But what's happening now, we're getting this high pressure starting to go further into the Atlantic. We've got low pressure waiting in the wings across the western Atlantic. So as we go into overnight from Wednesday into Thursday, we've got that weak weather front crossing the country. Again, we've just been more cloud with that, which we'll be under anyway. But that is a weakening front, and that ridge of high pressure does go up towards the west of Scotland. But again, I think there's going to be quite a bit of cloud trapped under that. Then as we head into this work plays up a bit. I don't know why it always does it. Through into Thursday, under a ridge of high pressure still. Again, cloud amounts. I think there might be still quite a lot around. And as we're heading to Friday, things are ramping up into the Atlantic. We've got the jet stream ramping up towards the Atlantic, and this system here will get caught in the jet stream and strengthen quite rapidly out towards the northwest of the UK. What that'll do through into Friday, winds will start to strengthen up towards the northwest. We've got these weather fronts coming through, and we could be in a spell for quite heavy rain and quite strong winds. We'll have a look at the latest GFS in just a few moments. With these charts, we'll look at the UKV High Resolution Met Office. Let's take a look at the precipitation rate for the next few days. There's a few scattered showers around. Why is that so small? Goodbye. There's a few scattered showers around at the moment. That needs to go up a little bit more. There we go. And heading through overnight, again, there's a few showers around. One or two could be on the heavy side, but very scattered through Tuesday. Got the next weather front moving down from the northwest for the start of April. And that'll progress through the UK during Wednesday night. And into Thursday, the next weather front moves towards the northwest of Scotland before we see low pressure moving in from the northwest. It's going to bring quite a bit of a squall actually. There'll be an active weather front there through Friday. nowhere will say be what's not the word I'm looking for. I think everywhere will see some rain at some point in a form of showers or heavy rain at some point during Friday. Obviously, we've still got to firm up. We are still 5 days away. And the pulse moves up towards the west on into Sunday. Let's have a look at the wind gust, see what that's showing this. So it's the back end of this week, really, with significant winds. So mostly light during this week, away from the northwest of Scotland, where it could be quite breezy. And you and that bloody door, Stormy. So it's Thursday into Friday. Start to see the winds gusting, maybe looking at 50, 60 miles per hour there, shown at the moment. As we get closer to time, these wind speeds could be increased, decreased. We just need to keep a close eye on Good Friday, which if the winds are quite strong, it will not be Good Friday for some people if they suffer from any damage. So quite widely we'll see wind speeds at least 30 to 40 miles per hour across the UK, stronger up towards the north. Then during Friday night, the winds will start to ease before maybe more winds picking up from the southwest on Saturday. Temperature-wise, for this time period, if you can hear Stormy there crinkling the little ball, so if you can hear crinkling, it's just Stormy below my feet. Don't you dare go for my feet, young pussycat. Going through into tomorrow, temperatures nicely into the teens, actually. If you get any prolonged sunshine, it will feel quite pleasant. Temperature maybe to 15, 16 degrees. You're strapped underneath the cloud, you're probably looking around about 11s, 12s, maybe 13s. So we're in that warm sector there. And you can start to see from the northwest there where the temperature starts to decrease with that next weather system moving in. Even before then, during Wednesday, much of the UK away from Scotland and Northern Ireland, see temperatures get up into the low teens, maybe peaking around about 14, maybe 15 degrees. Then during Wednesday night, maybe some risk there, maybe of a frost there for parts of Scotland and Ireland there. Temperatures down to single figures for northern areas. And if you could see what I can see right now, Storm is actually rolling around on our back with a feather. But back to the weather. During Thursday, temperatures will be a little cooler air, reaching maybe about 10, 11, maybe 12 degrees along the south, cooler up further north and west. And during Friday, it'll be quite breezy. Even though temperature might read 10, 11 degrees, it will feel much cooler with the strength of the winds. Up towards Scotland, we're looking around about the mid-single digits. And that takes us through into the early hours of Saturday. With even at 3 o'clock in the morning, looks like it could be quite a mild Saturday for southern areas and perhaps a touch of frost for northern England into Scotland as well. Just going to put my head back into the chat to see how we're all doing and to see if everyone's come in. And good evening to Matthew. Send it weather. Hope you are well, my friend. Hope everything's okay with you. Audio, these high winds we had the other day blew through the air vent and living room window, and it sounded like a one-note kazoo. That informed the cat I'm not in charge of the weather. Cats don't understand, do they? I'm guessing that would have been last Tuesday into Wednesday. I think I'm at Sunday live on Wednesday, where it was actually our recycling for Wednesday, but we had to put bids out on Tuesday, and it just got blown over by the wind. The winds were that strong. We was chasing recycling up our street just to collect it because I'd been toppled over. Yeah, what else have we got? James is saying winter still holds up here, covering of snow this morning, but all melted late morning. Rain showers for most of today. Wow, we're still coming towards April, and you're still getting snow up there. I think you've seen more snow this winter than I've probably seen in my lifetime. Not seen any snow since last November when we had a few flakes, typical. So I think, do we have a bit of covering this year? There's a bit of covering the snow this year here. I can't remember. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's me. Me and Chloe made the snowman.
Oh, so we have had a covering the snow here.
One.
We had a bit of snow, I think, last Wednesday. I was coming home from work and it decided to snow. The air was that cold. Good evening to Suits. Hope you're well. I don't think I've seen you for a little while. Hope everything's okay with you, my friend. It's Jimmy Sam on the cough. Last year it was 0 snow. It was so dry and warm up here. What difference you've had this year? There was some major power in Messing last week following some really nasty squally winds. It was very squally, the winds. I think it was definitely last Tuesday. It was very squally. Right. Let's take a look at the charts again. The GFS. Where's my tab? No, I don't care about your adverts. Excuse me. Oh, that's why. I'm on the wrong tab. So the latest GFS, we'll look at this GFS model run up to, we'll say around about Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Then we'll have a look at the 12Z and we'll have a look at the 6Z, see what they're both showing. Tell you what, I'll give them go one better. Let's bring them both side by side, actually. Let's do a bit of comparison. Sounds a bit better. So what we've got here is me losing my voice. Let's try again. So on the left here, we've got the GFS 12Z run. On the right, we've got the GFS 6 o'clock run from this morning. And both, as we start this, are looking practically the same. So into tomorrow, we've both got that ridge of high pressure over the UK. Then what we're seeing through into Wednesday, both are showing that ridge of high pressure retreating back into the mid-Atlantic. And things are starting to wind up into the Atlantic as we head into Friday. Slight difference between the two runs as we head into Friday. I think some computer models show more of a distinctive low pressure up towards northwest of the UK. This has it a little bit. This morning's run has it a bit slacker, but we've still got that strong southwesterly wind, which will bring through those weather fronts. As we head into Saturday night, we've still got both showing these strong southwesterly winds. So popped up quite a bit of warm air, I would say, from the Atlantic. So both quite an increment there for Saturday morning with the 12Z and the 6Z of the GFS, showing strong winds up towards the northwest. But there's one little feature we need to keep an eye on, is which are both showing actually, is this feature here out in the mid-Atlantic. So let's see what both of these model runs do with this during Easter Sunday. Then again, over the UK at the time, we've still got these strong southwesterly winds. So it's going to be quite a blustery Easter egg hunt if you've got children out there that are collecting Easter eggs. And they're probably collecting someone else recycling, for that's gone flying as well in the bushes, among the Easter eggs. So what does the GFS do with this low pressure? The 12Z has that low pressure still maintained up towards the Faroe Islands. This one has a secondary low a bit further south that could bring some strong winds up towards the northeast of Scotland. And both are showing this deep area of low pressure forming out towards the west. But how close do they both bring that? Almost looks like a hurricane, doesn't it, looking at them? So let's go through. This is midnight into Monday. We've got a deep area of low pressure out towards the west of Ireland on both of these. They're actually both quite similar position. We've got high pressure out towards the east, keeping things drier towards eastern areas. With this morning's run, that high pressure is closer to the UK. And with this, it does tend to push up towards Iceland to the west of the UK, but we are still seeing those strong winds moving in with both of these runs. That's a proper dot ball low, actually, coming into Monday evening. Still got that reach of that high pressure towards the mid-Atlantic. Then we've got this another feature, let's say, going on the southern side of this. Does this interact with the jet stream as well? So a slight difference between the two, because with this morning's run, it's got this little low just to the northwest of Iberia, and this little feature bit towards the mid-Atlantic. But on the latest run, this doesn't have that secondary feature here. So let's see what that does into Wednesday. There's not much of a feature on that, but this secondary one, what does that do with that? It does actually wind that up into another deep area of low pressure. So the latest run has it a bit slacker with a little low out into North Sea. It's mainly looking not as breezy compared to this deep low again for Thursday, the 9th of April. So really the low pressure, this morning's run keeps really a deep area of low pressure across the UK. We're looking perhaps gale force winds in places. Then as we head into Friday the 10th of this morning's run, we've got low pressure in the North Sea. We've got this region out towards the west trying to settle things down. But on the latest run, we've got that high pressure further south into parts of Western Europe as well. We've still got these strong southwesterly winds, quite stormy up towards the northwest of the UK. Now, I think both runs as we head into Saturday 11th, just trying to build that high pressure across the UK. The latest run actually builds high pressure over the UK as a 1,032 millibar low pressure system. That will start to drag up maybe the air up from the southeast, mainly from the east at first. We've got high pressure extending out from Europe out into the Atlantic and keeping the stronger winds up towards the north of the UK. So if that was to come off, we've got winds coming in mainly from the east, so it could be dragging in quite a lot of cloud off the North Sea. With this high pressure, it's keeping these low pressure systems out into the Atlantic. But with this morning's run, we've got high pressure extending from Europe across into the mid-Atlantic. Again, there could be a lot of cloud associated with this. And it's just incredible. Well, it just shows how much of a variety we've got, because we've got these strong areas of low pressure out towards the west. But yes, this morning's run, it's got high pressure in the mid-Atlantic, keeping things quite settled, really. And as we head into days 15, with this latest run, we've got the winds coming in from the east-southeast, this could actually bring in a bit of dry air, actually. There's not much cool, I believe there's not much cooler air out towards the east of us, so could bring in much clearer air, so there could be more sunshine around. Still going to be quite breezy underneath this southeasterly breeze. This morning's run still shows that high pressure established across from the Atlantic, reaching up towards the UK. So there is a bit of discrepancy as we head into the back end of this week. So both showing these deep areas of low pressure during this week. Then as we head into not this coming weekend, the weekend after, there are hints of perhaps high pressure trying to establish itself across the UK, but how that forms still to be decided. So between the back end of this week, perhaps for about 5 days or so, we're looking quite a bit of a, shall we say, a little bit of a turbulent kind of spell of weather. And if everything does happen, I think there's a possibility that maybe the team will be out there getting some footage of that. So something to keep an eye on as we head through from Easter. I'll bring up the jet stream, see what's causing this. I'll probably head back into the studio, make sure we're all right. Yeah. Goodbye, Suits. If you've got your dinner, so I've got to go. See you all soon. Thank you for coming in, Suits. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy your food. So right now we've got the jet stream up towards the northwest of the UK right now. But what we start to see is this big plunge coming out of North America and Canada. What that will start to do is really fire up that jet stream. We've got a bit of a temperature difference between the cold air up towards the North America, Canada, and the mild air towards the south. And so this is what's fueling these low pressure systems heading through into this weekend. We can start to see a bit of that core there in the whites, which is temperatures, wind speeds up to around about 200 miles an hour plus. So any low pressure does form in there. That's why we're seeing these deep lows form. And these low pressures will send the jet stream further south. So the jet stream's been a bit further towards the north recently, but with this temperature contrast, the jet stream will push further south into the UK. So this is why we're seeing these low pressure systems really spin up, especially some of these troughs here, where they could go through explosive cyclogenesis. So where we're now, Tuesday there, we've still got that strong jet stream coming across. Very similar in both of these model runs from this morning and this afternoon. Then let's see what happens as we head through to next weekend. Well, we're now 2 weeks away. It looks like the jet stream does get pushed up towards the north on the latest run, hence why we're seeing that high pressure building. And even on this morning's run, the jet stream's a bit further north compared to what it will be for the rest of this week. So this has a more amplified jet stream. This is why we've got high pressure building out towards the east compared to a bit more of a flat jet stream up towards Scotland there. So that's something we need to keep an eye on to see which one is the most accurate one. So yeah, we're getting more of an amplification of the jet at the back end of this run. So we're talking over 2 weeks away compared to this flat one we've got there and these cut-off lows out towards North Africa and the Med. So let's have a look at these wind gusts. It's more, as I said, towards the back end of this week. Let's see what the latest is on both of these runs. I'm just going to put my back into the chat just to see if it's been going on? Oh wow, Suits are here. My power was out for 24 hours when I went past Messing. An electricity pole snapped when I was on the bus. Blimey. North Tiptree was also affected too. Wow. Oh, what have I done there? That's all right. Clicked on the wrong button there. Oh yeah, I've seen plenty of that. Lots of blossom out on the trees here. Isn't it beautiful this time of year? You know, spring's around when you see the blossom on the trees. A stormy Easter looks like it could be the case. Great for the kids, isn't it? While they're off on half term. It's not half term. It's Easter term. Half terms a week. Make sure you're in the south to guarantee an excellent Easter. I don't want to say that. I'll crack on. Or just some warm weather so I can dry stuff outside because the cat likes playing in the bath. What? The cat likes playing in the bath? Don't ask. I live with a weirdo. Except the cat. I've watched Nodrog's video before this started. If we do get dramatic weather, yes, please. Do you know what? I didn't even know he put a video out. Why did he not tell me? Just shows you how great the bloody notifications are on YouTube. I kid you not, yesterday afternoon when I was at work on my break, I had the notification come down to say I was live from Wednesday night. Brilliant, YouTube. Thanks for letting everyone know on the time when we're actually live. Just let me know about 3 days later when I'm at work. I don't know why on earth we're getting this problem with YouTube notifications. Is it the weather or is it the people that are more dramatic? That's for you to answer, really. Winter, what winter? That bit of cold spell we've had a few times. We've had worse winters. We've actually had winter. Well, we've not had a winter. It's just been consistently mild. Right, let's go back to the GFS, and I never rely on YouTube notifications for lives that are always late. Yeah, too bloody late. What's the point of doing a live when you can't get people to come in because they're not knowing that you're normally live? But that's just YouTube, isn't it? All right, let's take a look at these wind gusts for this weekend. We'll keep the both on there so we can just have a comparison. So this is coming into Wednesday there, and coming into Friday. So we've got wind speeds there around about 20 to 40 miles an hour across the board. And Friday night into Saturday, winds will start picking up, especially out towards the Irish Sea coasts, southwestern areas and Ireland. So up the Irish Sea, especially through around the Isle of Man, you could see wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Winds come up from more of a southwesterly, southerly direction over the higher ground of like the Pennines there. Could see wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, maybe 60. So that's going into Saturday morning. So Saturday's looking quite breezy. I'm showing on both computer model runs. So it looks like through the central belt there, we could see wind gusts maybe up to 60 miles an hour. So there will probably more to be a yellow warning out for that for Saturday. Obviously, there's still got a verify over the next few days if this was to come off. This morning's run has got a little bit of windy spell going through the RSC, through the Isle of Man, towards Cumbria, maybe parts of Lancashire as well. It's not shown it too much on the latest run on the left. Then through into Sunday, things calm down before the next weather system moves in from the west for Bank Holiday Monday, of course. When else would it be? So it looks like a bit of a squally feature there coming through with that narrow band. So winds gusting again 40 to 50 miles per hour. The latest run has winds gusting a lot stronger towards the northwest. We're talking wind gusts maybe 60, possibly 70 miles per hour on some exposed coast, especially towards northwest of Scotland. And going through into Tuesday, the winds quieten down. Wednesday on this morning's run has quite strong winds towards southern areas of the UK. Looking quite on this afternoon's latest run for Thursday, but it's looking quite breezy across southern counties on Thursday, so that's something to keep an eye on. So that's the discrepancy there. Then we'll take this through to the end of Sunday. It's like another band of strong winds affecting northern Scotland for Friday the 10th, but we are in the fantasy land there. And things quieten down on both for Saturday the 11th. And that's where we start to see that high pressure start to build. So what we know, Monday, we're still talking 5 days away. Things could be upgraded, it could be downgraded. We shall see the next few days, obviously. So at the moment, early Saturday morning, Friday night to Saturday, is the one to watch at the moment. I personally don't think this will, as it stands, be a named storm. There will be yellow warnings out for the wind, but I do not think this will be a named storm. Is this a Gav moment? Yeah, I've actually just done that with can't believe I've just done that. So I've just gone through the winds. Evening, Gav. I think I've just done a year there. So I've talked it through. So we'll go through that again. Jesus. Yeah, sorry, Anne. I've got to flip the button over. Whoopsie. Oh, it's you, Poppy. I was going to say, another cat decides to want to push the door open 6 foot. Just bear with me a second. Just shut this door again. Right, sorry about that, guys. Just closing the door again because one of the cats decided to push it over. Right, let's go through these wind charts again, shall we? Can we all see that? Yes. Right, let's skip the last 5 minutes of my jibber-jabbering about the wind speeds. So yes, let's skip through from Tuesday into Friday, where winds will be increasing. I believe I've just done that. So we're quite breezy on Thursday. Quite breezy on Friday. Wind gusts probably about 30, 40 miles an hour. But the winds will be increasing through the night from Friday night to Saturday morning, especially up through the Irish Sea coast, where you could see 50 to 60 miles an hour. And through the central belt up into northeast Scotland, we could see gusts maybe up to 60 miles per hour, 70 in some exposed areas. Then overnight to Sunday, this morning's run has these stronger gusts there, another wave of stronger gusts there, but the latest run doesn't really have that at all. Then during Sunday night, things quieten down for a time before there's like an active weather front crosses the UK with some squally winds. Strongest winds out towards the northwest of the UK. The latest run has it more widespread, especially over Scotland there. A bit quieter further south east with this morning's run. Going into Tuesday, turns quieter across the UK, but this morning's run has strong winds going through 7 counties of England. So wind gusts there maybe up to 60 miles an hour, while the latest run has things much quieter. Then another spell of wet and windy weather, perhaps from the north of the UK into Friday, but this morning's run doesn't have that. Then as we head into not this weekend, the weekend after, things start settling down. And as we've seen from the charts from earlier on, this morning's run has high pressure across the UK. And that's the one that had low pressure from the Atlantic through into Europe, where the latest run has high pressure out towards the slightly northeast, bringing a bit of more of an easterly wind. As I mentioned, I don't see this being named at all. I think it's just more perhaps yellow warnings out, but things can change over the next few days. So yeah, I've gone through that all again. Now you can all see what I was looking at. So apologies for that. Let's go back into the comments. Let's do this properly. Hello, Gav. Hope you are well. I've still got your intro video. Yeah, I've played it for a while. Good evening to you, Gav. Nice to see you. Hope you are feeling well. That's so true. Different March and April compared to last year, where it was really dry, wasn't it? Was looking at one of our driest springs on record. Did you want a round of applause, did you? Oh, I can do that. Right, we've done that. Now we see, yes, and a very embarrassed person behind the computer here. No plunging to darkness, at least. He just saw my face just looking at charts. Or dodgy people, or dodgy takeaway people at the door. Takeaway gate. Well, I'm guessing you've had someone go to your door with a takeaway which you didn't order, I'm guessing. Good evening to CJT 2006 F8P. So I'm late, just come back from Hope. Everyone is just come back from Hope. Hope everyone is okay. You've come back from somewhere, but I hope you're okay. Well, not too bad. Hope you're well as well. Long week. Something like that, yeah. Doesn't help when I was working yesterday and lost an hour's sleep. I just couldn't get myself going this morning, I'll tell you. I just come back from work. What did I miss? Oh, wow, me talking about strong winds where I'm not showing the charts. I was just miming it, really. Apart from that, well, not too much. Perhaps looking at the quite a breezy Easter weekend. Of course, it's bank holiday. Of course, it's going to bloody rain, isn't it? All right, where are we now? So let's have a look at the Let's have a look at the ECM WF weekly anomaly charts. I'm just going to refresh them first, see if they've been updated. Because it seems like when I do the lives, they get updated. So we'll have a look at this every week. This is the coughing. This is the ECM WF weekly mean anomaly charts. So this is the pressure charts for the course of a week. So this is showing the mean sea level pressure between the 30th of March to the 6th of April. This has high pressure out towards the south, low pressure up towards North Iceland. We're in this westerly wind. As we head through into the 6th of April through to the 13th, this was shown on the GFS charts as well. So not just the ECM. We've got high pressure out towards Europe. Still got low pressure up towards Iceland. We're still underneath the southwesterly flow. And going through 13th of April through to the 20th of April. Could we be heading towards a dry April? We've got high pressure across, well, everywhere really, apart from Western Russia. So could things be finally settling down for April? And as we head through towards the back end of April from the 20th to 27th, with high pressure out towards the east. With this, we could be dragging up a southeasterly, and if it's long fetch southeasterly, we're going to get the winds up from the Med, which will feel very pleasant. And the back end of April through to the start of May, we're looking at very similar conditions. And there's no clear signal as we go to the 4th of May through to the 11th of May. Same charts again, but this time looking at the precipitation. So for the precipitation from the 30th of March through to the 6th of April, we are looking around about average for England, Wales. We're looking wet and average up towards the northwest of the UK. The 6th of April through to the 13th of April, with low pressure up towards the northwest, we're looking still wet and average towards Scotland and Ireland. We're looking dry and average towards east of England. The 13th of April through to the 20th of April, we're looking around about average with this. And the 20th of April through to the 27th of April, we're looking around about average. And it just remains that through to the middle of May. And again, same charts, but this time looking at the 2 meter temperatures, not the surface temperatures, but the 2 meter temperatures. Spin on there. So for the 30th of March through to the 6th of April, away from the far northwest of Scotland, we're looking warmer than average across the UK. Then heading from the 6th of April through to the 13th of April, with high pressure starts to build across towards mainland Europe. We're looking warmer than average, and quite significant warmer across Spain, France, Western Central Europe. That's what I'm trying to say there. They're looking around about 3 to 6 degrees above average. Then the 13th to 20th of April, we're still looking above average. And the 20th to the 27th, 27th to the 4th, and 4th to the 11th. So, yeah, that's looking quite promising there for maybe could spring arrive after this turbulent spell of weather through Easter. Did I hear dry about time? Could look like the case that's shown at the moment. hoping that thunderstorms will make an appearance for West Yorkshire. Hopefully we get thunderstorms everywhere this year. It's been a quite poor 2 years. Our highlights from last year. Let's bring the picture up. Somersault. When you put most of you will know this. The summer solstice. The team managed to get this. Not a clear shot, but that is a tornado on summer solstice up towards Cumbria, which was actually forecast to potentially happen, and it did. And if anyone watched that live stream that day, Gordon was live. Will was live on here. We had Liz on here. And around about that time where that tornado happened, both of their feeds completely cut out. So, yeah, I think the summer solstice chase should be still on our YouTube channel. It should be on Gordon's YouTube channel as well. Just go back to, I think it was the 21st of June last year for that incredible live stream. Liz started that live stream around about, I think, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I came in around about, I think, about 4-ish, and I took over while Liz was chasing, and was live to about 11 o'clock that night, and incredible live stream. Hopefully get some again this year. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on. Remember that live stream as well? Oh, yeah, just incredible. Gav said he's got a 5 a.m. start in the morning. Ouch. So off for sleep. Night all. Thank you so much, Gav, for popping in. It's nice to see you again, my friends. Take care. Work isn't too stressful for you. Does that mean you finish about just after lunchtime? About 1-ish, maybe? Liz almost went past my place. She went... Actually, that night she had actually a paranormal investigation up towards, I think, the northwest of up towards the northeast of England. And during the afternoon, she actually went on that storm chase. And after the storm chase, she went to a paranormal investigation. So it was a very busy day for Liz that night. But you know what our Liz is like? She's out there, and she's out there for good, really, bless her. She's an absolute angel for the Weatherfans team. Right, one last thing to look at before we head off for this week is, let's have a look at the Storm Prediction Center from the US. I'm just refresh the page, make sure it's not been updated since we've been live. Oops, there we go. Okay, let's get myself off there and not do what I just did a minute ago. So this is the Storm Prediction Center from America. And today we have a slight risk out there. So in the slight risk, we have a population of 9.2 million for the large population centers of Milwaukee, Madison, Des Moines, Rockford, and Cedar Rapids. And in the marginal, we have over 18.5 million people, which includes Chicago, Detroit, Lubbock, Glen Rapids, and Aurora. So just a quick read-up of what's going on. I'll read the summary. So there is a slight risk of severe thunderstorms across portions of the middle and upper Mississippi Valley. A few severe thunderstorms with large hail are expected to cross parts of the middle and upper Mississippi Valley tonight through the early Tuesday morning. Isolated strong to moderately severe storms could occur further east into parts of lower Michigan early Tuesday morning and over the Texas South Plains this afternoon and evening. So I'm not too sure if Ryan Yole's live tonight with this system. If he is, go and check him out. My voice is going. Let's have a look through for tomorrow. So this continues further east. So for tomorrow, there's a slight risk for population of nearly 20 million. Includes the largest cities of Detroit, Cleveland, Toledo, Buffalo, and Fort Wayne. And in the marginal risk, we've got over 33.5 million people, the likes of Chicago, Indianapolis, Columbus, Milwaukee, and Kansas City in that marginal warning as well. And I'll just read the first part of that summary there. Scattered severe thunderstorms are expected through the day and into the evening hours Tuesday across parts of the Great Lakes Midwest. Damaging gust and severe hail are the main concerns. Isolated severe thunderstorms may also extend southwestward into parts of the Southern Plains. So these storms, we're not looking at any tornado risk actually, or tornado concerns. So I'm just clicking to tornado risk. There's like a less than 2% chance of tornadoes. So it's more of like a hail event for this. Let's have a look at today's risk. Tornado risk is less than 2% in all areas. So again, it's more of a hail risk, which is going to be the main concern with these severe weather outlooks for today and tomorrow. Finally, no, it's not finally, day 3. Okay, this has actually been updated actually since last time I checked because that wasn't on there. So what day now? That'll be Wednesday. So in the slight risk, we've got over 2 million people in that yellow risk of the likes of Oklahoma City, Albany, Norman, Wichita Falls, and Lawton. And in the marginal, we've got just under 38 million people, includes Philadelphia, Dallas, Columbus, Fort Worth, and Baltimore. And moving through into Thursday, let's have a look at the day 4. Nope, too low for that, and too low. So it could be something, but not showing anything significant at this stage. Let's bring myself back on. People have been saying that there's a beast from the east coming. I know it wasn't true. No, definitely not a beast from the east coming at all. There could be a bit of, some models are showing there that perhaps a bit of an easterly flow, but I think it's like too late in the season as well for like a beastly east, and I think it's too warm out towards the east of us anyway. Can't believe what happened in Australia. Yes, that tropical storm, well, I'd say tropical storm was cyclone actually hit Australia 3 times actually. I can't remember the name of it from the top of my head, but I've been keeping an eye on that for the last week or so as it's progressed across northern Australia, then down the west coast of Australia as well. But that's now dissipated and left. Dust storms in Australia as well. Yes, I've seen footage of that where the skies have turned like a really blood red. But that was the winds getting picked up from that storm system. Yes, I've seen that as well, audio. Let's just go and find it a second, see if I can find it. And bring the screen share up. So yeah, that's some of the images that have been coming out of Australia. Oh, I don't want a kitchen for. So yeah, these have not actually been enhanced at all. These actually are the skies were in Australia. Now, rare triple strike dust storms turn Western Australia. So yeah, these were the So there's no rail going down the western side of Australia, producing these incredible footage, red skies. Image there from Western Australia. Right, we're gonna start winding down. The next live, because my new shift's starting been pushed back a couple of weeks, so we will be live on Easter Sunday from 8 p.m. So back to our Sunday show. If you don't, which most of you do already, don't forget to check out Gav's Weather Vids and Send It Weather as well. And I'll give you time to say goodbyes. God, blimey, I was gone quick, hasn't it? It's been full of stormy opening doors, me talking to myself without showing anything. It's a Weatherfans live, isn't it, really? Actually, I don't know where Stormy is. Unless she's fell asleep in the kitchen. Thank you to our mods, Paul, James, and James, for keeping an eye on things. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, team. Thank you so much for your kind feedback there. Good night, CJT. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Laura. Oh. I need to change positions in a second because it's getting a bit. I'm not in my usual spot tonight. I'll do that in just a moment because someone's missing. You may roll those credits. Yeah, no row. I think you pronounced it no row. Yeah, live on Easter Sunday. So it is actually next Sunday. Is that the 5th or something like that? 5th, 6th. So wave you up to the rest of this week. Enjoy. And we'll try to keep the data with the proceedings for the end of the week where things could turn a bit turbulent. Let's see what the model predictions come out in the next few days. Wherever you are, Stormy, people are saying goodbye to you. I've got a feeling she's asleep on top of the fridge again. Yes, on top of the fridge. That's cats for you, isn't it? They'll just find anywhere to sleep. Right, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you Sunday. Take care. And yeah, it's all for now. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.